Like, that's why you good both of you. You ain't got to drop it, but no. When you got it, then yes, talk about it that last. Now they can say the song.
Doble. En el grano también le dio los granos, dale los granos. Vamos.
Terence Crawford isn't joking about beating Canelo Alvarez, and his latest training footage just showed how ready he is to overcome the Mexican champion. In fact, it's now clear why he chose not to take a tune-up fight before facing Canelo. His idea was to spend the first few months getting in shape, and the remaining few months training for his opponent, and things have gone just as he planned. Some months ago, he announced on his social media how much weight he had added ahead of the fight. Surprisingly, he was 18 lb above the super middleweight limit of 168 lb. And having dealt with the weight problem, Crawford has now begun training for Canelo Alvarez with such mind-blowing intensity that he's never been shown before. He's hitting punching bags, violently hitting the mitts, going on marathons for athleticism and endurance, doing bodybuilding exercises, shadow boxing, working on his footwork, and other parts of his boxing. If you like this, please subscribe, Fight File, and click the bell icon for more new boxing updates. Most importantly, he has started sparring with much bigger fighters for now. Crawford is preparing for the September fight, and it seems that his trainer, Brian Bulk McIntyre, has found the ideal sparring partner for the Nebraska native to get ready for the important task he will face in moving up from 154 to 168 lbs against the Mexican. A reputable news source suggests that the training partner picked to help Crawford is Guatemalan Lester Martinez, a super middleweight contender who just took Joe's unbeaten record with a fourth-round knockout victory.
Oye, pues you extraño. Doble. En el grano también le dio los granos, dale los granos. Vamos.
When asked if Martinez would be a good sparring partner for Crawford ahead of the fight against Canelo, Bomac replied, "And we will definitely use him as sparring before the September fight against Saul Alvarez was announced the biggest challenge." In Crawford's career was his fight against Errol Spence Jr. in 2023, in which Bud One Boxing Scene asked Bull Marmack if the fight against Canelo was an even bigger challenge for Crawford, to which he replied without hesitation, "Oh yeah, just look at the level of accomplishments. The rivalry is so important that if the two-division undisputed champion were to defeat the Mexican, he could retire from boxing on a high. Of course it probably could be the last one, it probably could. Yes, it probably could." Said the coach Terence Crawford's camp believes his secret weapon poses a unique challenge for Canelo Alvarez as the two prepare for a high-stakes showdown. Crawford's unorthodox style could prove pivotal as anticipation builds for the September 12th fight in Las Vegas. Terence Crawford's inner circle thinks the undefeated fighter represents a challenge that Canelo Alvarez has yet to solve in his long and decorated career, according to Bernie the Boxer Davis, a close associate of Crawford. No sparring partner or training camp can truly simulate what Crawford brings to the ring. Davis believes that Crawford's adaptability and high boxing IQ present an unsolvable puzzle and secret weapon for the Mexican superstar.
The 12th is official. Canelo and Crawford at Allegiant Stadium. Give me your first reaction to that getting announced.
Super excited, super excited. Like I say, a lot of people are saying about Crawford's age, but no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. He's cautious, he works hard throughout these years. So, of course you're gonna.
Nobody fights like Crawford, he emphasized in a recent interview with Mill City Boxing, suggesting that Canelo will struggle to prepare for a fighter with such fluid style switching and tactical unpredictability, while some expect Crawford to adopt a strategy similar to Floyd Mayweather's elusive movement, defensive precision, and calculated counters. There's a growing belief that Bud might do far more than just survive Canelo's power. Nevertheless, some analysts think that excessive stance switching may prove ineffective against a seasoned veteran like Canelo, who is not easily thrown off by such tactics. Canelo's reduced output in recent bouts has not stopped him from winning rounds through clean, heavy shots that command the judge's attention.
You got to count that in the factor, but in his heart and his mind and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. He's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge, and Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. We got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion, and so we didn't get the Pacquiao or the Mayweather, but we getting Canelo, and nothing.
While Crawford's resume at 154 lbs is unquestioned, this jump to 168 lbs introduces major uncertainties, unlike other fighters who eventually acclimate to a new weight class. Crawford has opted to leap straight into a championship bout without a tune-up. One man who has had direct experience in preparing a fighter to face the Mexican icon is Abel Sanchez, who coached Gennady Golovkin in 2 of his bouts against Canelo in 2017 and 2018, respectively.
It's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight, but as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
Are you really think?
Longtime boxing trainer Abel Sanchez talks to Fight Hub TV and shares his view on a number of fights in boxing, including some potential ones on the horizon. In particular, Sanchez explains why he thinks Canelo Alvarez is a bridge too far for Terence Crawford. Talking about the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, he said, "Come on, I think it's a stupid fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. Look at his background. I think it's a good fight for a little while." Crawford's hand speed, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, is noticeable at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo is going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round. I think anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, of the foot speed and the hand speed, and Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54, when he faced Madrimov in his last fight, showed us the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains or how much he does to try to get up to that level.
Because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54, when he fought Madrimov in his last fight, showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168, is going to make a difference.
How we feeling?
Do you have your food?
What's been going on, Terrence? Talk to us for a little bit.
I got somewhere to go, man.
Yeah. We follow you for just the time being.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you guys supposed to do interviews over there?
Yep. Terrence, I like the way
Don't talk to him.
Mario, don't I got an interview with you?
They haven't told me that. I would love to have an interview. I haven't had an interview with you, a proper interview, in a year and a half.
What's up, man? What you
What's
got?
up, bro?
What you got? Don't get the pole, man.
Yeah. Your move up to 154. How much stronger are you?
168 is going to make a difference. It's a ridiculous fight because I said a while ago Crawford is a great fighter, but he's been the same boxer from 135 to 147. He's still the same fighter. He hasn't changed anything to make him competitive at the bigger weights, but Canelo has. Crawford hasn't been destroying his opponents. He destroyed one who is a shell of his former self, but Canelo is destroying everybody that he faces. Crawford's not. Yes, it's a good money fight, but not a real fight. Virgil Ortiz has been open about the fact that he would like to face Crawford should he move back down to 154. If he does so after the Canelo fight, the 27-year-old fan favorite thinks it will no longer be with an undefeated record speaking. To the Ring magazine, Ortiz projected Ivory Clear would win for Biengar, the naturally bigger man. Just to keep it real, I think he's too small. Yeah, I know he just weighed in at 180 right now, but just putting on the weight and actually belonging to that weight are two